morning, Aquarius. I literally just sat here for 10 minutes doing a video and looked down, and it was like I was like on a roll, and I looked down and I had not even pressed play yet. Record. I'm like, man. So I've got to try to do over. I do have some new cards. I'm real excited about them. I was trying to get ahead of all my videos, but I kind of got behind a little bit. But since time is just an illusion, it doesn't exist anyway. We're not going to focus on time. I did want to make sure that I was in the right energetic space to be able to give the best possible reading. I will also say, too, that I have said before that I'm not going to do twin flame readings. Which I decided that today I'm going to do a divine partner, sacred partner, twin flame reading, but it will not be like everybody else's. So if you are on a twin flame journey, do watch for that. I expect to do that sometime today if my energy will allow. My energy's been real low lately, so I've just been trying to regroup. But I am really mad that I spent 10 minutes doing this video and had not even pushed the record button yet. But here we go again. So we have, and it had to have been divinely guided, you know, maybe, you know, it was meant to happen that way. We have the Five of Swords. And the energy that I got from this card right away was being in a hermit mode. Really disconnecting from people. And this can be in the workplace. Like all of a sudden you realize, you know, you have matured and you've grown, and, you know, you're sitting in the break room and everybody's sitting around talking, and you're just like, man, I just can't take all this in. So, you know, you choose to sit outside and eat your lunch. That is all right. Because I'm real sensitive to energy. And, you know, as we start ascending and waking up and becoming more conscious, we are more sensitive to energy. Some people, you know, they're like, I'm an empath. You know, I don't like labels. You know, I feel like as soon as you start spiritually awakening and really becoming sensitive to your own energy and connecting to your own core, your own soul energy, you're naturally repelled by people who are, and understand there's no judgment, but people who are not conscious at all. So you can call that what you will, but I try to get away from labels, because I feel like we are, all of us, you know, if you are spiritually awakening, you are, you know, naturally more empathic. So, but the energy that I'm getting with this is really pulling away from things that no longer resonate with you. And even people, and spending more time really going within. I know my spiritual teacher is always talking about connecting to your soul energy. And really working with it. And I really feel like I did that over the weekend, that I really connected to my soul energy. I know when I first started spiritually awakening, that energy scared me. I was scared of it because it made me feel nervous. I felt uneasy. And I really had to meditate on it over the weekend. I was like, it's a nervous feeling. Well, it's not so much of a nervous feeling now since I've balanced more. I used to have to drink and smoke and everything to deal with it. And, you know, I had several dark nights of the soul because I just was, you know, so scared. I didn't know who I was anymore. Certain aspects of my personality started changing because I realized that, you know, I had been conditioned and I was wearing several masks. But to make a long story short, this soul energy, I was told when I meditated, you know, by my spirit guides, that it's energy. And so naturally energy is going to make you feel off center at first until you really learn how to work with it and really start balancing it. And then it won't be such of a nervous feeling. It'll be more even keel. And how do we do that? We do that by spending more time alone and disconnecting from other people's energy. Sometimes you've got to clear that. And that's what meditation does, really help clearing other people's energies that we take on. And have good boundaries with people. That message came through. To clarify that, we have one man's outbreak is another man's breakthrough. Know your perspective. Apocalypse then. Sorry, my dog, she's making all kinds of noise. So what I'm getting with this is as we start spiritually awakening and really getting in touch with our soul and soul searching and realizing that certain things and people and situations and things that we thought that were us are not us. Sometimes it's not uncommon to lose things. I know a lot of times people say, oh, well, so-and-so, they're going through like a midlife crisis. That's what people said about me. And I talked to a friend the other day. She said, I think I'm going through a midlife crisis. She said, you know, I've gotten a divorce. I've lost my job. I said, I did the same thing. It's because when you wake up one morning, sorry, my dog, she's being real loud. You wake up and you're like, you know what? These things no longer resonate with me. So try not to judge them and change your perspective because better things are coming in. You've got some amazing cards here, by the way. But certain things and cycles and patterns that you've been stuck in have had to die in order for other things to come in. We have the King of Coins. And the King of Coins is the slowest moving king in the deck. This is the King of Pentacles energy, and he's very logical, and he plans everything out. And this is almost like overthinking. It's an overthinking energy, very cautious. Now, I'm not saying throw cautiousness to the wind, but do take chances. And stop being scared to lose people, and stop being scared to lose things, because you cannot lose what is yours by divine right, because it'll be returned to you or it will be replaced with something better. So stop being scared, because that is your biggest block right now, is fear and cautiousness. Do focus your intentions on what you want and not what can go wrong. That message came through. To clarify that, we have the Ring card. And I said that there was lots of very positive cards in this deck, that in the spread that have came out for you. And basically what I got with this right away was your love life ascending to a higher level of commitment, engagement, marriage, buying a house together, having a child, adopting a child. That message really came through really loud and clear, especially about adoption. For some reason, I keep getting that message. So if this is something that you're working on, there is going to be a very positive outcome. Like I said, more commitment. And y'all know I love my fortune telling cards. Usually, you know, I use these and I still use these, but I have a new fortune telling deck that I'm getting used to. They're the Gypsy Witch fortune telling cards. Because and I'm going to go ahead and skip to these. We have the stork denotes change of residence for the better, sooner or later, according to the distance which it lies from the person. But I'm really feeling like this is, you know, adoption, having a child, getting married, getting engaged, moving in together, buying a house. All of these things are coming to you. All of them. Because we also have the house denotes success in all ventures. If present condition is unpleasant, the future will be happy and prosperous. Also predicts marriage. So definitely, and a lot of things had to die. And the other message that's coming through is, you know, really release the past and any type of regret for any type of situation that didn't work out, because it evidently was not for you. It was a lesson. Because we attract lessons. And, you know, from what I've learned about lessons is that we usually attract people who are, you know, involved in these lessons that are teaching us. They're at a lower level of consciousness. And when they are at a lower level of consciousness, they're in lower vibrations. And so they are able to really bring to us the lessons that we need to learn. And these are karmic lessons. These are often difficult lessons, and they're to prepare us for something better. So definitely don't judge those situations. You have the Tower card, And Tower moments are all about clarity coming to us, and it usually happens instantly. And, you know, it's that whole, like I was talking about over here, you know, maybe something was snatched from you, but it was never for you to begin with. And also will let you know through contrast by teaching you what you like and what you don't like. And, you know, I've been talking a lot lately about beliefs, our belief system. The belief system is what we're taught, what we're conditioned to believe. And as we get older, a lot of times we'll question that. That is our foundation that we were given. Are those conditionings and those beliefs that we took on from others, you know, our parents, teachers, or whatever. And that is the foundation that we're on. And I think this came up in the last reading and the storm warning even for Aquarius. That the foundation, if there are cracks in the foundation, then that tower will come down. But once again, don't judge that, because that's letting us know that we were not on a solid foundation and that we need to really work on our core beliefs and our core value system. And to clarify that, we have, when authority says to be quiet, get a loudspeaker. Art must fight for freedom, or the whole world is a prison. Some things are whole only when they shatter. So I really feel like, and that's beautiful, really, to clarify that tower. Things are whole only when they shatter. So things that are false, you know, these are our masks that we're wearing, that whole facade that we put on, shatters in order to show us that we are whole already. You know, we don't need these things. They're just an illusion anyway. The whole physical world is nothing but illusions. And once you really see past those illusions and see that you are a divine being having a human experience. And how do we have these experiences? We attract these situations and these experiences to us by where we vibrate at. And we're all connected. Everything in the universe is connected. You are connected, and we're all connected to that source energy that's pure love that we can use to empower us to manifest whatever we want whenever we want it. So don't see yourself as a fragment. Don't see yourself as shattered. See yourself as whole. And something else, when authority says to be quiet, get a loudspeaker. You know, this card is screaming, you know, speak your truth. Don't speak your truth, and don't you don't have to conform to other people, to what they expect from you. Be yourself. It's such a beautiful energy. I used to really be, and I'm going to tell a little story. Everyone knows I tell a little story. But, you know, I have another Facebook page that I deactivated years ago. And the reason why I had deactivated it and made a new one was because I was raised up in a small town, very closed-minded. And if you didn't fit in, you were basically ostracized. And so, you know, I really learned to wear masks then and really cover up who I really was. I would sit in class and I would have to listen to racist jokes, or, you know, and just sit there and not say anything. I was like, man, I just want to say something, but if I say something, I'm going to be judged and they're not going to accept me, and I have like 3 more years at this fucking high school, you know, so I've got to fit in. That type of energy. And so I recently was divinely guided to open that Facebook page back up, where all those very close-minded people are. And so I've kind of revamped my page, and I've just been speaking my truth. I have been just saying whatever the hell I want to say, and I'm just waiting for it. And then not just that, but a lot of the people who followed me to my new page are on, and I eventually had to block because I could not get along with them, because I can't stand judgmental people, are on that page. So it's going to be very interesting. We're going to see, but I'm going to go with it. But I know I've always had trouble with authority. You know, I'm such a free spirit. I really can't stand for someone to limit my freedoms. That's the reason why in my relationship that I'm working on now, and I don't talk about my private life very much, or my personal life, It's very important that I have freedom and privacy, and I have space, and I have room to grow. It's very, very important. So make sure you know what you need on a soul level. Sorry, I got off on a tangent, but that's what that reminded me of. We have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups, this is all about love. This is all about really getting in touch with your feelings. And you have to go all in. You can't be half-assed with this. I mean, you can't be like, you know what, I love this person, but I'm going to keep my guard up. Because no, that's not how we have real soulful connections. You have to go all in, and you have to stay very positive, and you have to know, you have to completely trust your partner, because this is how you manifest love into your life too. I mean, you can't have suspicion or doubt or fears creep in. You have to really go all in, and you have to really be vulnerable. And that's very scary, but that involves letting go of control issues. Stop trying to control your partner. Stop trying to control the connection, and just go all in. I had to really get back to the place that I was before my heart got broken a whole bunch of times. You remember how you were, you know, like think about like puppy love. Think about an early relationship that you had where you did not even know that you weren't supposed to trust them. You didn't even know that, hey, you know, they might be talking to somebody else, or they might leave me for somebody else. You didn't even doubt. You were in a place of complete trust. I think that's the reason why we go back sometimes and we reminisce about early love, you know, about puppy love. And then sometimes, you know, we try to get back together with that person. It's all different because we've been conditioned, and we're not the same, and we're not vulnerable, and we're not innocent anymore. So the energy that I'm getting is to really kind of channel that innocence and that vulnerability that you had. And, you know, those puppy love connections, that's where you need to be at. Because I have the message card, and I'm kind of going out of order, but as things come up, I'm feeling guided. So do be very open to any type of messages that you have. And the other message that's coming through for this is don't second guess things. Stop second guessing, and stop over analyzing, and stop coming from a place of fear and doubt. Because this is blocking you as well, because you know whatever you believe to be true is true. Remember this. And the whole energy that, you know, I had that came through with this too is, I don't know why, but it's coming up for someone. But if you've ever like wanted to like spy on or read, you know, your significant other's messages, you know what? You're going to find whatever it is you're looking for. Because if you don't go looking for it, guess what? It's not there. You're creating as you go. Remember that. You're always creating. So do really connect to, let go of control issues, and really connect to that vulnerability and that innocence that you used to have. And I know that that might trigger someone. You know, you'd be like, well, I don't want to be a doormat. No, you don't have to be a doormat. And you know how you're not a doormat? By always making yourself your priority. And everything else is secondary. And everything else will fall into place. I'm learning my Roman numerals with this deck. This is the 8 of Wands. And I love this new tarot deck that I got, because usually I don't read the book. And understand with every tarot deck, I mean, you know, the general premise for every card is the same, but there's always a different definition. And so I'm learning a lot from this book. And I had actually looked this card up, and it said that you have done all of the work. So now basically just be in a place of faith and get out of your own way. You've set everything in forward moving action. So like you set your intention. The universe knows now what you want, so get out of your own way. Because to clarify that, and this is beautiful, and this video is going to be a little longer than the others. I've been noticing my videos are getting longer, but I'm giving more clarification now. So, energy flows where my intention goes. So this is all about setting that intention and really focusing on it, and then get out of your own way and really keep a clean slate. Don't overthink it. Don't add too many details to this intention. Set your intention, get out of your way, and let the universe paint that picture for you. And because what the universe wants to offer you is so much more than what you could even imagine. We have the Judgment card. And what I'm getting with the Judgment card is that you have been judgy. See, our minds want to limit us. That is where your ego-based energy is in your mental energy. And so basically we want to judge and label everything. Oh, this is bad because I lost my job. It's horrible. But I said it's all about changing your perspective. What somebody else might consider bad is actually good for you. And that's the reason why we don't want to judge things or label them as good or bad, because it just is. If you can practice just being instead of judging, instead of trying to box everything in and put a label on it and trying to figure everything out, you don't have to know the process. Just have faith that everything's being divinely guided. I got these new postcard from, these are messages from Spirit. They're oracle cards. And so I've been trying to use one of these to clarify with and understand I'm not seeing the best. That's why I had so much trouble with those roomy oracle cards, which I'm going to do those again, but I had a lot of trouble reading them. It says, Dearest you, we have something exciting to share with you. You're a manifesting master and you don't even know it. There will always be enough of everything that you need in your life. Money, opportunities, love, kindness, so whatever you're asking guidance about. Have faith and be open to the many ways in which you will experience prosperity. Spirit is the source of your supply. The universe is always reflecting back to you what you believe, so whenever you fall into insecurity, you will be shown an illusion as if your fear were real. Oh my God. But the truth is that the universe is abundant. You are and always have been enough, and abundance is your natural state. If you can imagine something consistently as truth, you can and you will create it. You are on the right path now. Keep believing, then the seeing happens. Loving you more and more every day. That is amazing, and that so clarifies what I was talking about. Whatever you believe to be true is true, and you are creating. So that was what I was talking about, like with the message. Like if you go looking for trouble, guess what you're going to find, because you're creating. And definitely fall back into that whole energy of just trusting. Wow. You have the Sun. And the Sun is all about a positive outcome. It's all about having everything that you're working on manifesting right now. And I do show that with this ring and with these cards here, like with the stork and this happy home life. But you have to believe it. And that is doing so without having any fears or doubts. And what I have found out when fears and doubts creep up, it has to do with how you see yourself. Do you see yourself as being worthy of what it is that you're trying to bring in? Because when you have fears and doubts, it's usually because of our conditioning, because you feel like something's going to go wrong. Good things don't happen to me. These are blocks and they reflect on you. So definitely look within. And other people are mirrors too, and they show us our fears. So be very mindful of this tower, of things coming down. And like I said, don't judge them. And definitely do look in the mirror when other people show you where you're vibrating at. Check your energy. You have the Angel of Strength. And so the angels do want to let you know that you're being divinely guided and protected, and that they are with you. And how do you connect to your strength? What I've been doing is I've been putting my own self first. This, I'm telling you, this is key. Always, and I know a lot of times, you know, when you're a parent, you know, we're told put your kids first. No, you have to put yourself first, because that is how you're a better parent. That's how you're a better spouse. That's how you're a better partner, a better employee, is by putting yourself first and really tapping into what your needs are and really empowering yourself that way. That is so important. Really get in touch with what your needs are and give them to you. You know, lately I've been doing a lot of extra sleeping. I've been like such a sleepyhead, and I've been like, man, but I've been, you know, kind of judging it like, God, I should be doing something and not just sleeping. But, you know, I'm recharging my battery, and evidently that's what I was needing. My body let me know, and I've just been going with it. So I'm trying not to judge things as one way or another right now. I'm just going with the flow, and that's where my energy's at. But anyway, this is your weekly reading, Aquarius. So if you would like to have a personal reading, let you know what areas are blocking you in abundance, love, money, or whatever, definitely reach out to me. And readings are $40 right now. Thank you for watching.